Okay. Good morning, everyone. So in the last class, we were dealing with a concept called branch and bound, right? And we also saw what is the difference between branch and bound and backtracking. The major differences in case of backtracking, it is DFS. In case of branch and bound, it is breadth first search, that is BFS. Correct. The other one is it is basically the branch and bound approach is basically used for an optimization problem with the minimization approach, minimization problem. Correct. So we also saw what is an assignment problem, correct? How to solve assignment problem using branch and bound. So in today's class, we will deal with a concept, a problem called traveling salesman problem. Now you can ask a question saying the traveling salesman problem is already been solved using dynamic programming. Why we should solve it again here? Correct? Because the previous one it was taking more time. So we will use a branch and bound technique for traveling salesman problem, which reduces the the time taken to execute such problem, right? So just recall what is this traveling salesman problem, because we already know it. So traveling salesman problem, what we were doing, a salesperson as visiting all the cities from the starting city, visiting all the cities. um, each city should be visited only once. It should go back to the original city, and you should make use of minimum traveling cost, correct? So that was a problem. So I will just repeat here. So given a list of cities, n number of cities, a distance between each pair of cities is also been given. You need to identify what shortest possible route, correct? Because the traveling cost should be less. So here, if you observe, it is a traveling salesman problem is simply nothing but a least cost Hamiltonian cycle. Correct? So it is the least cost Hamiltonian cycle itself represents the traveling salesman problem. Correct? Fine. So let us take an example of traveling salesman problem, and we will see how will we use a branch and bound approach to solve a traveling salesman problem over here. Fine. So this is a graph given. So let us consider A is a starting point or a starting city from which the salesperson should visit all the other cities only once, and he should come back to the city A. That is a starting point A. Correct. And what is the condition here? It should have a shortest path. Correct. Shortest cost traveling path. Fine. So this graph can be converted into a matrix, correct? If there is this is the distance between each pair has been given over here, correct? So on the edge, over the edge, we have given a number. So that number represents the distance between the two cities, correct? So if you observe here, so is there any path from A to A? No. So how many this matrix is of what? Is a 5 cross 5 matrix, because we have 5 vertices, correct? So 5 cross 5 matrix, there is no path from A to A, so it is 0. There is a path from A to B, and whose distance, or you can also say those cost. It can be either distance or it can be cost, right? So let us consider it as a cost. So it can be a cost. The cost of traveling from A to B is 3, and from A to C is 5. From A to E is, yes, there is a path from A to E, it is 8. Similar way, B to all other cities. Consider if B is the starting city. So from B to A, it is 3. B to C, it is 6. B to D, it is 7. B to E, it is 9. So write down all those things. Similar way for C, D, and E. Okay, because the graph and its respective cost now is also been given. So write down, represent this in terms of matrix. Clear? So once you have done with this matrix, so the next one, in the previous assignment problem, we were starting with the initial state, correct? Or the starting node, you can also call it as initial node. So how are we writing the starting node is in the traveling salesman problem is using this condition. There is a formula over here, that is lower bound. The lower bound is equal to S divided by 2. So what is this S? S is nothing but the sum of all these n numbers. So what is this n? N here represents the number of cities. Is this is clear? So S is nothing but the sum of n numbers. N is nothing but the number of cities. So why are we dividing by 2 is because we are considering only the two smallest path here. Okay. So we will just take example and try to get the lower bound here. So lower bound is equal to, this is for A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. For all these vertices, you need to identify two shortest routes. Find two other shortest possible routes. For example, let us take A. From A, I can reach B with 3. From A, I can reach city D with the cost 5. Correct. So from A to C, it is 1. From A to D, it is 4. If you observe, the minimum out of this is what? 1 and 3. Correct. From A, it is 3, 5, 1, 8. So minimum out of these number is 1 and 3. So addition of these two. Correct. So N is nothing but sum of two nearest cities. Correct. Sum of two nearest cities. So from city A, two nearest cities is B and C, whose cost is whose distance is okay. Let me consider it as distance only. So it is 3 and 1. So it is the shortest distance. So 1 plus 3. Correct. So for a city from a city B, what is the nearest two next nearest two cities? Fine. So from B, the nearest city, just check it out. It is to A it is 3, and for C it is 6, for D it is 7, for E it is 9. So out of these distances, which is the two shortest distance? One, that is 3 and 6. That is from city B to city A and city B to city C. So these two are the shortest distance here. So that addition of those two. So 3 plus 6. Again, consider a vertex or a vertices or a city, say C. From a city C, again identify the two nearest cities. So if you observe again, which are the nearest cities? That is to city A and city D, because these two have the shortest distance. Correct. 1 and 4. If you see 1, 4, then sorry, 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 4, 8 and 3. Correct. So which is the smallest number? It is 1 and 2. So addition of those two. Again, from a city D, identify which is the shortest, nearest city. Nearest city from D is from D to B it is 7, from D to A it is 5, from D to C it is 4. Correct. From D to E it is 3. So 4 and 3 is minimum. So from a city D, city C and E are nearest, whose distance is 4 and 3, which is minimum. So I will consider it for addition. So 3 plus 4. Again, consider a city E. Similar way, find out which is the two nearest cities. If you check it out, the two nearest cities is obviously C and D. That is 2 and 3 is a minimum value. So 2 plus 3. So this is the sum. Yes, indicates this sum divided by 2. Because why we are dividing it by 2? Because we are considering the near sum of nearest two cities. Correct. So that is average. So divided by 2. If you perform this computation, if you perform the addition and divide by 2, you will get the value 14. So this 14 is the lower bound now. Correct. So in the last class, we were talking about, when we were talking about assignment problem, we saw how will be generating a state space tree. Correct. So what is the first step? We need to start with a initial state where we are considering a lower bound. So in traveling salesman problem, what was the lower bound value which we got? We got 14. Correct. So start writing the first initial state. Correct. Now move to the next state. So if you move to the next state, what should we start with? We should start with a city A. Correct. So start with a city A. From there, identify the nearest cities for all the for all the possible cities. So from A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E. Correct. So let me start with A to B now. So let me start with A to B. A to B, what is the lower bound value which we got? Lower bound value, just observe here. So we should do over here similar way what we were doing for the previous one. Similar way, consider the two nearest neighbors. But instead of, if you are considering a city A, instead of considering the two nearest neighbors, what we should do? We should considering a distance between A to B and the next nearest neighbor. So is it clear? So let me give an example over here. So first take out A to B. Fine. First, because we are saying that we are moving from city A to city B. So just irrespective of its distance, just write down in a lower bound. So A to B. Correct. So A to B plus. So A to B we have done. Now check for the next lowest or the nearest path. So if you see over here. Correct. So if you see over here, fine, there is a distance, there is a path from A to B, A to C, A to E is there, A to D is there. Correct. Is there any other thing? A to B, A to C, D and E. Correct. So what is the distance from A to B? It is 3. Distance from A to C is 1. Distance from A to E is 8. A to D is 5. Correct. So what are we saying now? We are saying we are considering these path. So A to B. So write down this blindly into the lower bound. Consider this value blindly into the lower bound, irrespective of this value. It can be 10, 15, anything. So irrespective of its distance, write down in a lower bound. Is it clear? Now from the remaining, check which is the minimum. So in this example, the minimum is 1. So what is that root? It is A to C. So write down A comma C. A comma C plus A comma B. So these two are a possible alternative. So next one, write down the next for the next one. So if you observe in the previous example, correct? So what are we doing over there? Correct. So let me write here. So from B, what is the possible cities? B to A, from B, B to C, B to D, and B to E. Correct. So B to A, the distance is 3. B to C, the distance is 6. B to D, the distance is 7. B to E, the distance is 9. Correct. So if we are saying there is a path, you are traveling from A to B. Correct. Obviously, you should consider B to A also. Is it fine? So that is why, irrespective of its cost, we are considering B to A. That we are writing it here. So that is why this is represented in different colors. So if you are writing A to B, the opposite side should also be correct because it is a undirected graph. If it is a directed graph, obviously this will not come into a picture because it is an undirected graph. If there is a distance, if there is a path from A to B, obviously you should write down from B to A also, include B to A. Clear? So from B, what is the next remaining path? The minimum from the next remaining path, it is 6. So B to C. Is it clear? This is clear? Okay. So again, from C, consider all, write down all the paths. The first two minimum you write down here. Correct? So first two minimums. Again from D, again from E, two shortest paths you consider divided by 2. So if you see 1 to A to C, what is the distance? It is 1. A to B, what is the distance? It is 3. Again, so this is for A. Two nearest distances. We have taken two nearest cities. From B, two nearest cities. From C, from D, and from E, two nearest cities we have taken, divided by 2. You get some value. Okay, consider this and write down here. Is it clear? Is this clear? Okay, so once we have done, what is the next step? Go to the next possibilities. We have done with city A comma B. Now we are trying to move from city A to C. Next alternative, city A comma C. Correct. Okay, fine. We'll move to the next slide, which explains this. So from city A to C. It says in this example, if you observe, it says need not to compute the lower bound because B comes before C. Okay, why we need why we are not supposed to, if you do also, it will not fetch you any result, but if you don't do, it will obviously reduce the time. Correct? If you need not to compute the lower bound, there is some constraint saying that B should not come C should not come before B. Correct? So in this example, we are saying A first is the starting node. So after starting node, you are saying move to C. Then only somewhere after somewhere you will get B. Correct? So which means B comes after C. So this condition should not be considered here. Correct? So B should come before C. Before C, B should come. Okay. So why this condition, why this bounding condition is used here? In order to understand why this bounding condition is, let us consider another example which clearly says why we need to consider this constraint. Okay. So why are we not considering a path where C comes before B? Okay, C comes before B. Consider this example. Okay, consider this particular graph which is given over here, from which all the possible routes I have written here, all the possible routes. So A is a starting point, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, and again all the other possible route, all the other possible routes we have written over here. Correct? So A to B, then B to C, C to D, and B to C, something like this. And its cost is a direction. The distance has also been given. It has also been computed. The total cost taken over here is so and so. Correct? If you observe for the first route and the first path and the second path, the value, the total cost is the same. Correct? So 18 and 18. Why is it so? Because if you observe A, B, C, D, correct, we are moving from A to B, then C, then D, then A. It is just the reverse of this. So A to D, correct, So D to C, C to D, D to A. It is both are same, correct? Because it is not a directed graph, so these both are same. We are moving from this direction or we are moving from this direction. Cost will remain same, correct, in all the directions. So the total cost will also give you the same result. So it will not, I mean, the total distance will also give you the same value. It will not fetch you any difference. Correct. Similar way, if you observe these and this, if you see here A, B, C, D, A, again here A, C, D, B, it is same, correct? So again, which will give you the same 11 and 11. So again for this two also, correct? So in order to avoid these extra load, extra computations, what we are doing is, or we are reducing the number of permutations, whatever which we are doing here. So how are we doing these permutations? One basic trick is consider only the permutations in which something you should, some way you should observe here, right? So if you observe in all those things here, correct. So if you see over here, B comes before C, correct. So this is okay. So here B comes before C, correct? B comes before C. So this is also I will consider. Here B comes after C, don't consider this. So here B comes after C, so don't consider this particular path. Here B comes before C, consider this. Here B comes after, so don't consider. If you observe this, correct? We are considering only one particular path whose repetition has been avoided here, correct? So if you see 18, 11 and 23, the remaining, the repetition path has been avoided. I mean, it just takes our time to compute, right? So in order to avoid these computation time, what are we doing? We are making some constraints saying that B should come before C. Did you get this point? So just avoiding the extra load, correct? So avoid the extra load by consider some constraints. This is something called exhaustive search, correct? So that is what we are doing here also. So if B comes before C, consider it. Otherwise, don't consider it. If you do also, it is of no problem, but it is just waste of time. So just have such constraints and stop performing the computation there only. Is it clear? So that is why we should consider B should come before C. Did you get this point? Fine. So next alternative is what we have done with B, we have done with C. Next alternative from here, you can move to D. From a city A to to city D. So A comma D. Correct. So start finding the lower bound. If you observe, I mean, start finding the lower bound. If you see over here, what is the minimum distance from A to B? It is 3 plus 1. Correct. So 3 and 1 is the minimum one. So from A to D, correct. So from A to, we just write down here. So I will write down the previous one only. I'll take an example. The same thing I will just copy paste. So here if you observe, correct, we already told we should have a path from A to D, so D to A should also be there, correct. So next minimum is what? After A to D, we are not considering A to B, even though it is. So let me write down, that will give you a clear picture. So A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E, correct. A to B the value is 3, A to C the value is 1, A to D the value is okay, A to D the value is 5, A to E the value is 8, correct. The distance is 8. So what we were doing previously, the initial state of 2 minimum 3 and 1 we used to consider. Now we are saying there is a path from A to D. Irrespective of this number, consider A to D in this calculating the lower bound. So A to D is done. From the remaining, that is 3, 1 and 8, from the remaining paths, which is a minimum, that is A to C. So write down A to C. Is this is clear? Fine. So next, this is for from A to D. Next from B, there is no constraint. So B to all the remaining, consider the one which is very small, which is the shortest nearest path, two shortest path, that is the B to A and B to C, which will left out as it is. So C to C also it will left out as it is. The previous one only we were going to take. From D, if you observe, correct? From D, you have a distance. I mean, you have a direction. I mean, you have a path from D to A. You have a path from D to B. You have a path from D to C. You have a path from D to E. Correct. So D to A, what is the distance? It is 5. D to B, what is the distance? It is 7. D to C, what is the distance? It is 4. D to E, what is the distance? It is 3. According to our understanding, we should consider 4 and 3. But in this particular step, in this particular node, what are we doing? We are telling we are moving from A to D, city A to D. So we should consider these particular city, I mean distance, where moving from city D to A, irrespective of its cost. Correct? So write down D to A. Then from the remaining, which is a minimum, that is 3, that is D to E. So write down D to E. Is this is clear? Fine. So for E, write down everything and which is a minimum. So write down D to E. So I'll just write down and show you D to A, E to B, E to C, E to D. And that's all right. So E to A, what is the distance? E to A, the distance is 8. E to B, what is the distance? E to B, the distance is 9. E to C, what is the distance? It is 2. E to D, what is the distance? It is 3. Minimum, in it is because we are not moving from A to E, correct? So just consider the one which is minimum. So E to C and E to D, correct? So 2 and 3. So divide by 2. So write down all the values and then compute the lower bound. So what is the final value which you get over here? It is 16. Is this is clear? Okay, let me just show you how are we calculating this value also, because it may get, you may get confused somehow, right? So A to D, what is the distance from A to D? It is 5, correct? So A to C, what is the distance? It is 1. So B to A, what is the distance? It is 3. B to C, it is 6. C to A, it is 1. So similarly, go for everything and divide everything by 2. You will get 16. Is this is clear? Fine. So next, move on to the next one. So we have done with this particular thing, correct? So move on to the next one. So A to E now. The next alternative is A to E. Okay, fine. So what you should do, again take down the same thing. So A to E you should have irrespective of its particular distance. Next possible is A to B, A to C, A to D. What is the cost of A to B? Cost of A to B, the distance over here is 3, here it is 1, here it is 5. So A to E is what? A to E is 8. Even though it is maximum, we need to consider because we are telling we are having a path from A to E. Correct? Correct. So did you get this point? So write down A to E. That is why it is given in different color. So A to E. So you write down. So remaining, from the remaining, which is the minimum, A to C. So write down A to C. Is it clear? Is this is clear? Okay, next consider B. So from B to A, B to C, B to D, B to E. Out of this, what you need to do, simply calculate, simply identify the one which is which is minimum, shortest path, two shortest paths. B to C, the distance is 6. B to D, the distance is 7. B to E, B to E, the cost is 9, distance is 9. So out of this, the minimum is 6 and 3. So B to A and B to C. Correct. Similar way for C, write down everything and write down the one which is very minimum. D also write down, take down the one which is two minimum value. And a similar way, if A to E there is a path, E to A also there should be a path. Other than this, which is a next minimum, it is E comma C, E to C is 2. So write down this. Again, calculate the lower bound by identifying all the additions divided by 2. So you'll get the value as 19. Is this clear? Okay, is this step is clear? Any doubts till now? Fine. So what did we do till now? We did till here, correct? So this particular path, we have completed this particular stage, correct? So this is the initial state. Next state, we are considering A. So from A, we have moved to A. We are considered a route from A to B, A to C, A to D, and A to E. And we also saw why we are not considering this A to C, because we are making a bounding function saying B should not come before C. Correct. So based on this, we are avoiding this. Otherwise, you need to compute lower bound for this also. Which will just simply waste our time, right? If you compute also, it will not give you much difference, but only time taken is more. That's all. So out of, okay, from the remaining 14, 16 and 19, identify the one which is minimum, because it is a minimization problem. We need to identify a minimum value. Out of this, which is a minimum value, it is 14. So branch here, correct? This is a bound value. Correct. This is how branch and bound will work. If you remember the previous class topic, there also we were considering the minimum value. We are branching only in that particular node. correct? That is why it is called as branch and bound. So you are branching only to this particular bound value, that is minimum value 14. Clear? Fine. So next we will see with these respective with these nodes. So here we are taking from B. So what we are done till now, came to a conclusion that we need to move from city A to city B. Now from city B, there are for three alternatives. So from city B, you can move to either city C, either city D, or either city E. Correct? So that is why we are writing everything here. So A to B, so B to C, A to B, B to D, A to B, B to E. Correct? So we'll try to find these lower bound values for all those things. We will see now. Correct? Fine. So A to B here, if you observe, A to B will remain same. Correct? Because we already told A to B, there should be a distance. So A to B and this A to B and A to C and also B to A. So these will remain same for all of these nodes also. Just remember that because we already told A to B is common over here, correct? So this will be same here. So A to B, A to C and B to A is common. So next what we are doing, identify the one, irrespective of this, instead of identifying the one which is minimum, B to C we should consider. Okay, let me write and let me just show you. B to A, B to D, B to C, B to E. What we are telling initially from this previous node, we are telling A to B, there should be a path. If this is true, this should also be true. So you should include this also in identifying a lower bound. So this is done. We are not considering this. From the remaining, next we are telling there should be a path from B to C. So we should consider this B to C irrespective of its distance. Did you get this point? So that is why I am writing B to C. It can be any value. Instead of 1, here it is 1, we may find it is minimum. It can be 10 also. If it is 10 also, you should include B to C over here. Did you get this point? So B to C I have written here. Clear? So B to C plus from the remaining, if there is a path from B to C, obviously there should be a path from C to B. So write down that, correct? So I will just show you that. So C to A, C to B, C to D, C to E. What we are telling now, C to B to C, there is a path. So this you consider, C to B you consider irrespective of its value. The remaining, from the remaining, identify the one which is minimum. C to A, the minimum, the value is 1. C to D, the value is 4. C to E, the value is 2. The minimum out of this is 1, right? So 1, 4 and 2, the minimum is 1. So C to A, I am writing C to A. Did you get this point? Why are we writing all those things? Fine. So the next one is obviously the minimum distance from D to the next nearest distance from D to the remaining, from E to the remaining. Is it clear? So now identify the values of each and everything, the distance. So divided by 2. So you will get 16. Clear? Is there any doubts? Please let me know, or shall I move forward? Any doubts till now? If you come across this problem for the first time, obviously you'll get some doubts. So if any doubts, please let me know. We'll discuss and then only we'll move to the next node. Fine. Okay, this is done. So next move from A to B, we already moved. From B, move to D, C or E. Okay, let me start writing instead of discussion. So let me start writing as I already told A, B, D. Okay. This is the one. So A, B, D. Okay, A, B, D is this is the one. So 16. Yeah, this one, right? So let me just show you because time is running. So what is that? So A to B, as I already told, this will remain same. So A to B, B to A should remain same, and we are telling B to D there should be a path. So B to D write down as it is, D to P write down as it is. Okay, this also should be because we know B A to C is a minimum. So A to C also you write down for all these three. Okay, write down. Next, C to A, C to E should write down because I'm not considering C over here. And from D, which is a minimum, except D to D, the minimum is D to E, that is 3. Correct? Is it clear? So E to E, E to C, write down as it is. So again, go for this. The value which you get here is 16. Again, go for this for your B to E, right? So B to E, you write down everything and you may get the value as 19. Clear? Out of this, which is a minimum? The minimum is 16 and 16. There are two values. So you need to branch both to both of these nodes. So branch both of these nodes. So what is a possible value? A, B, C. Then you can move to from D, right? Here we are considering what? Here we are considering the next value. So you can either move to D, then move to E. Then here you can move to E, then D. Correct? The two alternatives. So move to A, D or something like this. Instead of branching it again. So directly I can write D comma E or E comma D. That is what you did here. So ABC is done, ABC is done, DEA or CDA. Correct? So similar way here, ABD is done. Left out is what? C and E. So CE or EC. Did you get this point? How are we considering this? So I'll just show you. A, B, C is done. Path from A to B, B to C is done. Left out is what? D and E. So I can write DE, or A, B, C. Left out is what? DE. So I can write D, ED also. These both are true. So I'm writing both these possible alternatives. Similar way for this also. Now we'll see how to calculate these values. Correct. So we'll go for this node 8. So if you see here, A, B, it's obviously, okay, let me write and show you. That will give you a clear picture. Right. So A to B, so A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E. Correct. So what we are telling over here is A to B, there should be a path. So this you write down irrespective of its cost. Correct. Irrespective of its distance, the distance over here is 3. So I should have A to B. Did you get this? Why are we writing A to B? So the next one is A to C. Correct. So identify the one which is minimum. So A to C, the distance is 1. A to D, the distance is 5. A to E, the distance is 8. Correct. So for out of this, the minimum value is I got confused. Okay, out of this, the minimum value is 5 over here. Out of this, the minimum value is 5. Correct. But if you observe here, what are we doing over here is A, B. We are telling there is a path from A, B, C, D, and E. Correct. Okay, let me just show you with writing over here. So A to D, the cost is 5. A to E, right? I was talking about E. So A to E, the cost is 8. So I need to consider A to E here, because if you observe, right, the path, if you observe this path, A, B, C, D, E, A. Correct? If you see here, there is a path from E to A. So if there is a path from E to A, obviously there is a path from E to A to E, irrespective, even though it is 8, even though it is more, I should write A to E. Correct? So did you get this point? How are we selecting A to B and A to E? Did you get this point? Any doubts here? Okay, so let me explain you once again. So A to B, how did you get? Because we are telling there is a path. We already told from the previous notes only, there is a path from A to B. That is A to B. A to B, there is a path that is value is 3. Why are we selecting A to E even though the value is more over here? Because we are telling there should be a path from A to E. That is, if you take around this example, A to E, there is a path. So write down. Next, let us consider B now, right? So let us consider B. From B, what is the possible paths? B to C, B to A, B to D, and B to E. Correct. So B to A, you should consider, because I already told there is a path from B to A. There should be obviously path from B to A also. So consider this irrespective of the distance. Correct. So next, if you observe this path, obviously you can come to a conclusion there is a path from B to C. So irrespective of its distance, so include B to C. Correct. So include B to C and B to A. Correct. So need not to check for its distance. Clear? Any doubts here? Okay. Next, go for C now. These two. So C to B, C to A, C to D, and C to E. Correct. So C to E. Now check it out. C to B is, because if there is a path, see, just write down this path, it will give you a clear picture. A, B, C, D, and E. If there is a path from A to B to C, obviously you should include B to C to B also. So this should be there. And correct. this is done, and check it out is this is done, and if you observe, C to D is also there, correct? So C to D is also there. Directly you can come to use this without identifying its particular distance. So I'll write down the route in the given compute path again. So A to E, from this only you can come to a conclusion. B to C, so C to A should be, sorry, C to B should be considered, and C to D there is a path, so C to D should also be considered. Is these two are clear? Okay, fine. So again, let me write this. So if you write this, you will get a clear picture, correct? So D to E, there should be a path. So write down D to E, correct? So D to C to D is there. So C to D to C is also possible. So write down D to C, correct? This is just a shortcut of understanding this. So write down this. Again, go for E now. So I will write down A, B, C, D, E and A. So E to A and E to D. So write down E to A and E to D, correct? So what is the value which you get? These are the values according to this the distance matrix. So write down, divide everything by 2. Okay, this is clear. So this is for this. Okay, let me clear you one more thing. A to in E to D, we are not talking about E to D because we didn't consider it should be there D to E. Yeah, it should be E to D, I guess. E to D, the cost should be 3. Correct. So sorry, minimum cost you should consider minimum cost. So consider D to A, D to B, D to C, D to E. Out of this, the minimum value. So D to C will give you 4, or D to E will give you 3. Correct. So the minimum out of this is 3. So consider D to E. Correct. So this is how you are doing. The total cost. So same thing, divide everything by 2. You will get 24. Correct. So let me go for the next one. So 24 you got. Next, let me go for the next one. Okay, for a node 9, I already told B to A should be there. So let me write and explain. Fine. So A to B, A to C, A to D, and A to E. Correct. So A to B, just blankly write A to B. Correct. Is this clear? And here in this we are talking about this, right? So A, B, C, E, D, and A. Correct. So directly you can get a conclusion D to A. So D to A, write down. Fine. Next, B to C, you have a path over here according to this. So write down B to C, and B to A also you write down. Okay. Next, C to E, C to B. Correct. So C to E, C to B. So you write down these two. Why are we writing everything blankly here? Because it's already proved from the previous nodes also. Correct. Next, go for D. Correct. So go for D to A and D to E. Correct. So D to A, D to E. So write down these two. Okay. Now C to D, C to E. E to D, E to C. Correct. So E to C, E to D. So write down everything and divide by 2. Okay. Clear? So if you write this path, you will get a clear picture because we know there should be a path. If this is the other cases also should be possible. So if you find out everything.